blue skies, will we go and swim somewhere?
No.
No?
Just got plenty of water.
Okay.
Just got plenty of water. I had my curtains closed all day and then my van going.
Okay. All right. So you don't want to get out there and enjoy it?
No. I like the coffee and weather. Hey, and Happy New Year to you too.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, Brendan. We appreciate you listening and taking the time to ring. I hope you have a lovely weekend, even though it will be warm, and I appreciate you ringing through. 0800 80 1080. Some more text messages when we get back on 9292. And just thinking about heat in general, we had a call from somebody in Adelaide. Adelaide routinely hits 40 degrees, sometimes 45, sometimes dangerously cold.
The coconut vanilla flavour pouches, so they're being recalled in an extremely cautious approach.
Sport for the evening. Alejandro Tabilo has produced the second upset of the day in the semi-finals of the men's ASB Tennis Classic, stunning the 6th seed after feasts in straight sets.
Hot, but it's not crazy hot. Looking around the country officially, and I know it'll be different because there are the places away from where the official temperatures are measured, that will always read higher. But we've only got one or two places, Twizel 32. We've only got two places registering in the 30s, and a heat warning for 27. If there are any Australians who find out that New Zealand has issued a heat warning for 27 degrees, they'll fall off their chairs laughing. We go on holiday to the Pacific Islands in winter. When I say we, I mean New Zealanders go on holiday to tropical islands for weather that is hotter than what we have just issued a heat warning for. You know, you want 30 degrees on your holiday, and here we are issuing a heat warning for 27? Isn't this the most embarrassingly New Zealand thing ever, to issue a heat warning for 27 degrees? So how do you feel about that? And I must say that when it comes to weather warnings, when it's away from heat, I mean, if it's up to 34 degrees or whatever, fine, put out a heat warning because we're not used to it in this country. But I think we can deal with 27 and make sure that kids aren't left in cars and pets and all the rest. Now, weather warnings when it comes to rain and incoming storms, absolutely, they're vital, and we know that from a year ago. But a heat warning for 27, is that embarrassing? What do you reckon? 0800 80 1080. We'll be back soon, 25 to 6 on News Talk ZB.
Bringing you every ball of every Black Caps match this summer. The Alternative Commentary Collective is available live and free on iHeartRadio.
Harvey Norman's New Year's sale on now. TVs, audio, washing machines, dryers, kitchen appliances and electronics on sale. Plus up to 20% off the normal ticketed price of cookware. Excuse me in outlet store. Harvey Norman's New Year's sale on now. Limited time only.
Trade Depot's bulk buying power means everyone in Auckland can save thousands on renovations. Black stainless steel fridge freezers just $399. Powerful cordless stick vacs just $285. My dear chest freezers only $255. Shop online now at Trade Depot. With minimum spend, you can get free home delivery anywhere in Auckland. T's and C's apply.
Trade
Countdown has the right drink for any occasion. Get Quarter Bay Premium Selection or Roast Time Rosé 750ml for $12.90 each. And Church Road or Belvino Prosecco 750ml for $15.90 each. Countdown's weekly specials. A fresh way to save. Exclusions apply.
So I think you'll find our disruptive, paradigm-shifting solution will revolutionize the industry landscape, creating unparalleled synergies.
Sorry, what is it you do again?
I orchestrate dichromatic narrative articulation through a portfolio of pigment particulates.
Right. You sell printer toner.
Salesforce cuts through complexity, helping small businesses unlock their potential simply by making sense. Search for Salesforce Makes Sense.
My pile of laundry's down in a flash and liquid laundromat.
Do you own a holiday rental, run an Airbnb, or are you going to be inundated with guests these holidays? Don't get in a spin. Take the pressure off and wash and dry your towels, linen, tea towels, pillowcases, guest laundry, and more at Liquid Laundromats. Liquid Laundromat's commercial-sized, super-fast machines will save you time and money. With over 120 locations across New Zealand, you can find one near you at liquidlaundromats.com.
Visit Visit goodhomeproducts.co.nz and watch the online video that's gone viral. It's about a new DIY product called Curtain Wizard. It's designed to make it easy for you to remove mold from your curtains, blinds and drapes. With Curtain Wizard, you don't take your curtains down. You simply spray and the mold will go away. Shop online now for Curtain Wizard, and for a limited time, get a 2-litre pack for just $59.99 plus delivery. Visit goodhomeproducts.co.nz.
Auckland, 89.4 FM, summer on News Talk ZB. Keeping the conversation going while you're at the badge.
22 minutes now to 6. Sue, welcome along. How are you doing?
Hey, good. I was just listening to you were talking about the heat alerts being issued. I saw that on the weather on TV last night, and I thought it was a bit odd because, yeah, some places that are much hotter didn't have a heat alert, and then ones that weren't so hot did have a heat alert. And I get it might be to do with humidity, but it just seemed really strange, and I kind of thought, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. It's like, you know, I remember when I was a kid and we were in Masterton, it was 33 degrees one summer and there was no heat alerts issued. It was just kind of like, oh yay, this is summer at last, you know. So I find it a bit strange that they're doing that, because I kind of think that if you do too many alerts all the time, then people kind of tune out, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't, if it's too windy, there's an alert. If it's, you know, full of rain, yes, there's an alert, and we get there after all the cyclones. But then it's like, oh, it's too hot, there's an alert, and it's like, okay, so what's next? Is it too cloudy? Is that going to be an alert? It just kind of seems a bit over the top.
Well, that's how I feel with this sort of temperature range as far as the tipping point for where an alert gets brought in. If we're bringing it into 27 degrees, that just looks farcical to anyone who has ever left New Zealand. And that's really the thing that makes me cringe. It's like, it's not just Australia which has the impression that New Zealand is cold and rainy most of the time, so Aussies would find us hilarious. That you know, the entire tropics is mostly 30 degrees every single day. And then, you know, places like Dubai, which get to 50 degrees. London in summertime, which routinely has heat waves up around 35, 36 degrees. And here we are with a warning at 27. It just feels so small town.
I know, it just seems a bit odd, eh? When I saw that, I kind of thought, oh, that's really odd. And what was that it kind of was a bit inconsistent. That's also what I found a bit strange. I'm sure there's some reason for it, but it was like, oh my gosh, I've been to Adelaide and it's been 40 degrees in the summer. And it's like, yay, this is why we come here, to get nice and hot. But we don't expect to have, you know, heat alerts issued particularly. I don't know.
No, I'm with you, Sue. I don't think you should have a heat alert for anything less than 30. And I get you run stories saying, make sure that you don't leave kids in the car, make sure that you don't have pets stuck in garages. Absolutely, run stories about it. But a weather alert for what is actually a pretty standard summertime temperature, and one that is so much cooler than so much of the world, is the part that makes me cringe for New Zealand. Wendy, hello.
Oh, good day, how you doing?
Good, thanks. Whereabouts are you, and how hot is it?
She just said she was, she's been to Adelaide as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just said to your producer, the person that's looking after you this evening.
Oh, yes, and looking after me very well. Oh, are you in Adelaide as we speak?
Yeah, I'm a Kiwi, I live here, yeah. So if you have a look at the temps, you'll see that it's 37 degrees. But it's quite pleasant. The aircon's on inside and the doors are shut. But if you're out by the pool or out by the beach, it's actually really, really lovely.
And just Adelaide could actually issue a news story for how it's going to get down to 27 by 9 o'clock from its high of 35 right now. We're issuing warnings for highs of 27.
That's bizarre, isn't it? That's crazy.
It's so strange. Actually, Adelaide, here's a better way to frame it. Adelaide could put out, Adelaide News, whatever the big paper is in South Australia, could put out a story that Wednesday is only going to be 24 because all the other days before it, you've got highs in the mid-30s.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Adelaide?
I came over from New Zealand. I've been in Australia for about 35 years.
Oh, great. Okay, and Adelaide always had the reputation as being extremely pretty, lots of churches, much quieter than other Australian cities. What's it like?
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. It's so beautiful. We have so many gorgeous beaches. But yeah, we're a sister city to Christchurch and also one of the ones in Japan.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But I was fortunate because I came over here with the New Zealand squash team and with Susan DeVoy, etc. And then I fell in love with the place. So I went back home and I saved up some money and then came over here to live.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think that Adelaide is underrated because it's slightly further away? It's not as big as Sydney and Melbourne, and it's not as flashy with the beaches as, say, Brisbane and the Gold Coast? Or what's the reason?
No, I've lived in Sydney and I don't like Melbourne at all. It's really dark and dungy. No, if you come here, we have a really beautiful city and there's lots and lots of greenery. It's really, it's just really beachy.
Yeah.
And yeah, you need to look into it a little bit. I live at Port Rolanda. And yeah, we have beaches all the way down the coast, so everyone's out surfing and kayaking and surfing, and yeah, it's just, you do need a pool here. If it gets hot in summer, it's really helpful to have a pool.
Yeah.
We haven't got hot until probably this week. It's actually been like under 30, so people don't go swimming here unless it's over 30.
Wouldn't that be nice? Well, you're year-round...
I forgot. Sorry, you're 27.
Yeah, that's right. Your year-round average is, or your mean daily maximum is 22.6 in Adelaide. And that's obviously boosted by the days in December, January, February, March, which are frequently above 30 degrees. But 2,700 sunshine hours a year, that's pretty awesome.
It's pretty neat, eh? And also, quite often at this time of the year, or probably coming up soon, we could possibly have 5 days in the 40s, but we haven't had it yet, which is really unusual.
Yeah.
Well,
there are games of cricket which kind of live in folklore of having been played in like 48 degrees. You know, there was one in 1983 where both New Zealand and Australia are sweltering, and only Glenn Turner was able to score any runs because it was 48 degrees. So what are those days like in Adelaide when it's that kind of crazy hot?
I haven't had a 48. I've had a 45 and 44, 45 again for about 5 days. We actually hired a place down at the beach to stay because I had New Zealand friends come over, and the air conditioning broke, and then the person who owned the house brought these fans in, and then we just left because you can't survive with fans. You need to have the aircon or a pool.
Yeah.
But the good thing with the pool is you can keep everything open all day at 40, and then you just walk around with your sarong and jump in and jump out of the pool, and then you put the aircon on at night.
Okay.
Because otherwise it would be super expensive.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, you need
I've got to get there. Yeah, I've got to get there. I've done lots of Australia and I somehow have missed Adelaide, so I will rectify that. Thank you, Wendy. 5:45, News Talk ZB.
One electric car now leads the way. Meet the all-new MG4 Electric, winner of over 30 international awards, and now AA Driven's overall car of the year 2023 right here in New Zealand. This fully electric, eye-catching family hatchback with 5-star NCAP safety rating, 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty, including battery cover, is now available from $46,990 plus on-road costs. The all-new MG4 Electric. Ignite your spark and book a test drive today.
As you settle into summer, stay informed and entertained with News Talk ZB's Summer Afternoons. Get the very best in opinion, news and talk as you relax, thanks to the meatbox.co.nz. If you're craving succulent, delicious, mouth-watering meat this summer, head to the meatbox.co.nz for restaurant quality meat delivered fresh to your door. Summer Afternoons with the Meat Box. Weekdays, midday till 4, only on News Talk ZB.
Today, up and down the country, trusted mechanics at Auto Super Shops did an oil change in Auckland, installed a new sat-nav in the Niki, and sorted some shocks down south. We fixed a clutch kit in Canterbury, a warrant in Waikato, and bled some brakes in the Bay. We also serviced a classic in the capital and modified a muffler in Manawatu. So, for quality servicing and repairs nationwide, call 0800 455 655.
It's the place to shop, the Auto Super Shops.
We're New Zealand's mechanic.
Get your summer project sorted for less at Mitre 10. 10-litre Wattle Solar Guard white base paint now $149. And buy one get one free on 2 litres of Kiwi Care No Bug Super, just $39.98. T's and C's apply. On now at Mitre 10.
Yeah! You could win $1,000 a week for a year with Instant Kiwi's new $5 Live the Life game. With an extra grand every week for a year, who knows how much fun you could have. Play online or at your local Lotto NZ store. For grown-ups only, R18.
Play it cool with Beds R Us and enjoy hot deals on Sleepyhead Swiss Tech, now half price. Featuring temperature regulating cool coat to help you beat the bedtime heat. Dream away with half price Swiss Tech only at Beds R Us.
Harvey Norman's New Year sale on now. TVs, audio, washing machines, dryers, kitchen appliances and vacuums on sale. Plus up to 20% off the normal ticketed price of cookware. Excludes Miller and outlet stores. Harvey Norman's New Year sale on now. Limited time only.
Kerry Woodham.
Is this yet another Labour policy beat-up show, Kerry? If only you could apply the same deception to National's policies. Let's discuss how National are going to deliver their fantastical tax policy. You probably won't. Sadly, your bias dominates your show. I am biased. I've just seen so many broken promises and so much BS from this government that I am biased against them. I think they're absolutely woeful. That is my opinion. Whether you agree with it or not is entirely your business.
Kerry Woodham Mornings. Back Monday, January 22nd on News Talk ZB.
News Talk
While
ZB.
the sun begins to set, the conversation keeps going. Call 0800 80 1080. Summer evenings with Tim Roxburgh on News Talk ZB.
Here we go. That's right. 11 minutes to 6. James, hello.
G'day, Tim. I was just laughing at what I was listening from you. I've just left Albany, Auckland, and it was 31 degrees.
Ooh.
I'm now driving through Whanaupai and it's 27 degrees, and where I think everyone in Auckland is living the dream. Because we had an awful summer last year.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's complaining, but hey, look, we're in a time of of the weather people trying to pre-warn us, but I think people should be more aware of what people are predicting is coming in February.
And so what have you heard about February?
The same as last February.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, and I don't mean to be a bearer of bad news, but I think everyone should just be sucking this up because it's fabulous.
Yeah, you're right.
Wonderful.
It is. Do you think that there's this desire to put a negative spin on everything, which means that here we are in the best start of a year weather-wise as far as good blue sky summer weather in New Zealand, and we're finding a negative spin on it, which is, heat warnings for 27 degrees. No, this is ideal. This is perfect.
Yeah, this is absolutely perfect. This is what we all wanted. So I don't understand why the scaremongers are coming out. They just need to stay in their box and leave it alone.
And, let me stress that I am in favour of weather warnings for what we had, say, last year. Like when there are storms coming, and I know it can be hard to predict in New Zealand, storms and floods and potential tsunamis, we have to take this stuff seriously. But I'm talking specifically with regards to a heat warning at 27 degrees, which was issued today by the Met Service. And I just think that makes us a laughing stock if anyone internationally cared to notice. All right, thank you very much for the call. We better get to another break. Back soon, 9 minutes to 6. News Talk ZB.
Hot Spring Spas is celebrating Kiwi sport this summer. Save up to 40% on selected spas. In-store, private label models you won't want to miss. If you've ever dreamt of owning a hot spring spa, now is the time to secure yours. Hundreds of spas in stock and available for immediate delivery. Up to 40% off selected spas. Hot Spring Spas, proud sponsors of T20 Blacklash. Head to hotspring.co.nz for more info. 20 locations nationwide.
Harvey Norman's New Year sale on now. TVs, audio, washing machines, dryers, kitchen appliances and vacuums on sale. Plus up to 20% off the normal ticketed price of cookware. Excludes Miller and outlet stores. Harvey Norman's New Year sale on now. Limited time only.
Where in the world will this year take you? Wherever you choose to travel, a U Travel expert will get you there. Call 0800 U Travel or visit utravel.co.nz today. Because no one sees the world like you.
Make regular blood and plasma donations your New Year's resolution. Blood can be donated every 3 months, helping save up to 12 lives a year. You can donate plasma more often, every 2 weeks. That's up to 23 times a year. Blood only lasts 35 days and demand for plasma is growing, so NZ Blood would love you to start this life-saving habit today. Give blood, give plasma, give hope. To book, visit nzblood.co.nz or call 0800 448 325.
Way up in Northland, down here in Southland, Waikato farmland, Taranaki coastlands, from the Waitakere to the majestic mainland. This land's a gift to you and me.
Are you keen on big fuel savings all day, every day? Unlock the best bang for your buck with our Waitomo app. Simply fuel up $20 or more using our wicked Waitomo app, and you can spin to win sweet fuel discounts every time you fill up. Waitomo, Kiwis fueling Kiwis with fairer fuel prices.
This land's a gift to you and me.
If you use power tools, All Trades Electric Tools is the best place for you. All Trades Electric Tools sell all major brands and they service what they sell. As authorised dealers and service agents with the sharpest price, you'll only ever need your power tool centre, All Trades Electric Tools, 35 Henderson Valley Road. Phone 837 5115. That's 837 5115.
Get the sharpest price at All Trades Electric Tools.
News Talk ZB with Tim Rollins for 6 minutes now to 6, and we'll carry on with the calls right after the news. If you are just flicking the radio on, about half an hour ago I mentioned how the Met Service have issued a heat warning for Auckland, which includes handy information like, and I'm not being sarcastic, handy information like don't leave your kids in the car, don't leave your pets in things like garages. So of course having reminders to be sensible is sensible. But is it sensible to dress it up as an official heat warning when the temperature for the region where they've issued that heat warning is not expected to exceed 27? Now, 27 is my idea of kind of like a perfect summer's day in New Zealand. I dream of 27. We had last summer, which was catastrophic, and ultimately was so bad that people said that we didn't even have it. So here we have a great run of weather and we're issuing heat warnings for 27. My question to you is that just a bit embarrassing? 0800 80 1080. I keep stressing the point that I'm not talking about weather warnings in general. Of course, weather warnings are vital and they can save lives, but a heat warning at 27, come on. We head to the news with Elvis and the anniversary, the sad anniversary that today, it's 1 year on since Lisa Marie Presley died. She was just 54 years old. I just remember feeling desperately sad about that. And the whole kind of tragic story of the life of Elvis, which in centuries' time from now, people will look at his life and the life of Lisa Marie Presley and it will seem like it was made up. Like the whole thing seems like this myth, and that there are lessons to be learned of this dirtball person who rose to become king, and all the weirdness and all the great glory that came with it too. But his only child living to just 54 was just so tragic.
search for Salesforce makes sense.
Play it cool with Beds Are Us and enjoy hot deals on Sleepyhead Swiss Tech, now half price. Featuring temperature regulating cool coat to help you beat the bedtime heat. Dream away with half price Swiss Tech only at Beds Are Us.
The Black Caps' summer of cricket continues on TVNZ as they take on Pakistan in the first T20.
Oh, bang. Oh, what a shot that is.
Tonight, live and free from 6:55 on TVNZ1 and TVNZ Plus.
Lawnmasters generators keep you powered up when you need it most. Whether it's tackling power outages, embarking on outdoor adventures, or running essential equipment during emergencies, Lawnmasters range of generators have you covered. From smaller models for outdoor adventuring to robust industrial units, they've the perfect generator to match your requirements. Lawnmaster, your 100% New Zealand-owned outdoor power specialist. Go to lawnmaster.co.nz, another Skillfort brand.
Hi, Tony Street here. Need a place to feel good? Feel good. Coast plays the most feel-good 80s. Auckland's 98.2. Coast FM. It's time to try Coast.
Way up in Auckland, down here in Southland, Waikato farmland, Taranaki coastland. From the Waitakere to the majestic mainland, this land's a gift to you and me.
Are you keen on big fuel savings all day, every day? Unlock the best bang for your buck with our Waitakere app. Simply fuel up $20 or more using our wicked Waitakere app, and you can spin to win sweet fuel discounts every time you fill up. Waitakere, Kiwis fueling Kiwis with fairer fuel prices.
This land's a gift to you and me.
Visit goodhomeproducts.co.nz and watch the online video that's gone viral. It's about a new DIY product called Curtain Wizard. It's designed to make it easy for you to remove mold from your curtains, blinds and drapes. With Curtain Wizard, you don't take your curtains down. You simply spray and the mold will go away. Shop online now for Curtain Wizard, and for a limited time, get a 2-litre pack for just $59.99 plus delivery. Visit goodhomeproducts.co.nz.
Live from the News Talk ZB News Centre, this is News Talk ZB News.
It's 6 o'clock. I'm Raylene Ramsey. Defence Minister Judith Collins says airstrikes by the US and UK on Houthi rebels in Yemen are in New Zealand's best interests. The Iran-backed rebels have carried out at least 27 attacks on ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden in support of Gaza. And Collins says it follows multiple clear warnings, including from the UN Security Council. She says the disruption of the shipping route is very problematic.
Because of our position as a trading partner with so much the rest of the world, but also because of our distance away from other supply chains.
And in the US, people are protesting the strikes outside the White House and in New York's Times Square. Saudi Arabia has urged restraint, and Yemen says there will be dire consequences. Russia is reportedly claiming the strikes violate the UN Charter. Former US Defense Secretary Mark Esper told CNN he thinks they're justified.
If we didn't act, it was going to continue to escalate because the Houthis just weren't going to stop.
The Green Party's co-leaders have released a statement over shoplifting allegations against List MP Gauri's Gutherman. They've confirmed they're aware of 2 alleged incidents, but are waiting to speak with Gutherman on her return from an overseas trip. James Shaw and Muriwai Davidson say no other party MPs are involved, and the co-leaders have had no contact with the police. A man accused of critically injuring a road worker by striking them with a vehicle in Waikato is facing numerous charges. Azaria Howell has more.
A white SUV drove at speed through a work site on Waharoa's Dunlop Road at midday yesterday, despite safety measures in place. Police believe the driver
Men's ASB Tennis Classic, stunning the 6th seed Artifice in straight sets. Nathan Lynn reports from Auckland's Tennis Arena.
Alejandro Tabilo has shocked the Auckland crowd and is highly rated for each opponent, winning through to the final 6-2, 7-5. The Chilean qualifier cruised to an unexpectedly easy first set victory, with Thies failing to find his groove and showing visible frustration. Tabilo then rallied from 5-2 down in the second set, converting on his 4th match point with the crowd roaring.
Tabilo never expected to make the final after arriving as a qualifier.
It's unbelievable feeling, so emotional right now, and almost 2 years since I've been in a final and an ATP, so I had a few injuries and had to be working my way back up.
In the earlier semi-final, Japan's Taro Daniel stopped top seed Ben Shelton in straight sets, not dropping serve.
He really goes for it in returns, and there's some games where he really puts in a few returns, and you feel like your neck's being strangled in those moments, but yeah, get through it.
That final tomorrow afternoon. Black Cap spin bowler Mitchell Santner has been ruled out of the opening 2020 against Pakistan tonight at Eden Park with COVID. Santner's been in isolation at the team's Auckland hotel after testing positive this morning. He'll continue to be monitored over the coming days and will travel solo home to Hamilton. Santner's due to be captain for the third match of the series in Dunedin next Wednesday. That first 2020 starting tonight in just over an hour at 7:10. Trending in the right direction. That's the assessment from coach Modi Maor as the Breakers look to continue their push up the ladder. In basketball's NBL against league leaders Melbourne United and New Plymouth tonight. The New Zealand club are 8th on the 10-team ladder, but have had an improved recent stretch. And Maor says they're in a much better place than they were in the first part of the season.
Offensively, defensively, the way the group is as a group, at this point in time, we'd like to be firing on all cylinders and coming into the year, but these aren't the circumstances that we've had. The amount of injuries that we've had to be where we are is very.
Tip off tonight in Taranaki at 7:30 basketball with Burger King's Maple Bacon Burgers, proof that maple makes anything better. I'm Elliot Smith, that's News Talk ZB News and Sport with Miss Muffet's Revenge from Wet and Forget. No spiders all summer long. It is 6:05. Tim Roxford is next.
In-service forecast for all New Zealand, beginning with Northland, partly cloudy, some isolated showers in the west. Auckland to Taumaranui, including Coromandel Bay of Plenty, and the central high country. Mainly fine, chance of a shower about the ranges from Bay of Plenty to Taihape tonight, and areas of fog tomorrow morning from Waikato southwards. Gisborne to Waitakere, mainly fine, chance of a shower in the ranges today. Taranaki to Wellington, cloudy at times with the odd light shower. Bulla and Westland, cloudy periods. Rain or showers from tomorrow afternoon. Nelson, Marlborough and Canterbury, mainly fine. Low cloud in the east at times until tomorrow morning. Otago, Southland and Fiordland, fine inland today, but light coastal showers are possible. Widespread rain tomorrow, heavy in Fiordland. And for the Chatham Islands, it's mainly fine. It's coming up to 6:07.
Fish and chips, some tomato sauce, and a side of talkback. Tim Roxborough on summer evenings. Call 0880.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die. Hey, swing those hips around.
was sunnier than Wellington, Christchurch, and no, not quite as sunny as Christchurch, but it was sunnier than Auckland and Wellington last year, and it was sunnier than Hamilton, and it was almost as sunny as Tauranga. So it was a dreadful summer for Auckland. The point being, let's not complain all the time when it's actually really nice. 0800 80 1080. Alice, what did you make of a heat warning for 27 degrees?
Well, Tim, like, so lovely to talk to you, and I'm so pleased you're getting 27 degrees. I have just moved from Auckland. I've lived there 27 years.
Yeah.
I have just moved to Oamaru, which is in the South Island, and yesterday we had 34.
Wow.
Now, you know, like, yes, it was hot. You know, of course it was hot, but, you know, like, it was bearable.
Yeah.
You take precautions. I mean, even if it's 20 degrees, you don't leave your kids in the car, you don't leave your animals in the car, you don't leave anything in the car. I mean, I think it is absolutely crazy that the Met Service has put this warning out. You know, when we've had storms in the past and we've always had late warnings and whatsoever. And it's just crazy. I mean, 27 is, it's 27 here today, and I've been able to go out and do the lawns and do everything. It's great.
Yeah.
You know,
we dream of 27. Like, isn't 27 like the best temperature possible for summer?
Absolutely very nice. Yesterday, I have to say, here in Oamaru, it's 33. A little bit uncomfortable, but I had a tattoo around my neck. I put my LMP hat on, wet, put it on my head, and I was very cool. But, I mean, if you take the right precautions, it's perfectly fine. And I think it's scaremongering. And I actually think, like, in rural communities where we've just had to, like I said, a patron of Auckland for 27 years, we used to have 30 degrees in Auckland, and we never had a heat warning. Like, 20 years ago, it used to be 30 degrees, and there was never a heat warning. I just find it crazy what they're doing.
Yeah.
But,
it makes me cringe. It makes me cringe. Like, I don't know whether the reaction from everyone is cringe as much as crazy, but the reason it makes me cringe is that so much of the rest of the world is so much hotter. And that's what makes me cringe.
When I was 33 degrees here yesterday, I said to my husband, oh my goodness, how would I cope in Adelaide if it was 40 degrees?
Yeah.
You know, but you'd cope, because you're sensible. But my only concern is that you only put a heat warning out if you I can understand where I live now, because we've moved to a rural community with just lots of bush and it's very dry, then maybe you put out a heat warning. But not in Auckland. I mean, for goodness sake, 27 is lovely. You go out, sit at a cafe, and you're warm, you know, take a cardigan. Lovely.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just scaremongering people, you know.
And you know, feces at beaches notwithstanding, and I believe that's mostly gone now, which is good.
You can't swim your beaches, can you? At the moment you can't.
We can now. So this is what I'm saying, is that there was, up until a few days ago, you were still recommended not to, but now you can again. So you've got this coastal city, it's got so much water everywhere, lots of beaches. 27 is in fact what you dream of.
I'm sitting in Oamaru right now, and it's 27 degrees. I have t-shirt and shorts on. It's very pleasant. It's very pleasant.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's crazy, and I just think, I don't know what they're on about. I mean, it's not like Auckland has a huge dry basin of dry land that could go on fire. I mean, I would understand that if you were here where we are rurally. I mean, I know yesterday when it got to 34, and then they said it might go to 37. So you do have to be a bit careful if you are lighting a fire or doing anything for who would light a fire.
So when it's that hot in Oamaru, do you ever swim in the sea in Oamaru, or is the sea always feeling pretty
I've been here 6
chilly?
weeks, you know, from Auckland, so, you know, at the moment I'm a bit of an Auckland, so I'm asking people, where do I go and swim? But all I did, like I said, I wore my hat, and I had a wet t-shirt around my neck.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I was fine. Oh, yeah, my LMP hat, so yeah, I just think it's crazy, and I just think it's not necessary to scare people, because, as I said, degrees, I mean, I'm in the medical field, even 18 or 20 degrees, your children are in trouble in a hot car, and your pets are in a hot car.
Yeah.
27 makes no difference.
Exactly.
You know, it's not, yeah. So I just, I think you're doing a great job, and it's so good to talk back, and I'm so pleased I can get it in Oamaru, because I was terrified I wouldn't be able to get it.
Well, let me just ask, aside from it being fairly unpleasantly hot yesterday, or slightly unpleasantly hot, but luckily you've got that LNP hat. How have you found the move to Oamaru? Because that is a big shift from Auckland to Oamaru.
Yeah, I have a 17-year-old child that says they have Wi-Fi, and I'm like, yes, they have Wi-Fi. There's no Uber Eats, so that's been a bit catastrophic, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But actually, no, I love it. We have a beautiful property. People are lovely. There's no crime. It's lovely. I love it, and I would recommend it. But you know, it's not for everyone. But we have some alpacas.
Oh, you've got alpacas. Now, are alpacas the more friendly ones, or are llamas more friendly? I always get them mixed up.
So the llamas, but the alpacas are more friendly.
Okay, so it's alpacas.
But if you're ever down in Oamaru, come visit.
Well, I'm a fan, even though I can't remember. I can't remember which one. Yes, we do. I can't remember which one, but I love alpacas. I just always can't remember whether it's alpacas or llamas, and my daughter loves them as well.
They're very similar. They're very similar looking. The colour, they've got knickerbockers on their legs. It's kind of like a big hairy sheep.
Yeah.
And yeah, but they're very cute. They're kind of cute ugly. So you have to give them cute ugly names. So I've called mine Colin, Henry, and Albert.
Well, for all Collins, Henrys, and Alberts listening right now, Alice apologises profusely, but those are wonderful names for your alpacas. I love it. Thank you, Alice. Good to have you on the program, and keep wearing that LNP hat. 0800 80 1080 69292. As the Met Service released an official heat warning today because it was going to be 27 degrees in Auckland, and I thought, what? Isn't that what we hope it will be, as opposed to what needs a warning? What do you think, Tina?
Hi, Jim. I work in construction, and we have to wear full cover, so 27 degrees is bloody hot.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly warm, but it doesn't need a warning, Tina.
Well, we like the warnings because then we know what sort of underclothing to wear to work, how much water to bring to work. Yeah, when you're actually working out in it, not in an air-conditioned office, it does make a difference.
I just wondered, could you make your decisions based on a forecast as opposed to needing a warning? It's the official warning aspect of it that I'm questioning. I look, like most people, I follow the forecast, and when you see 27, you'd be like, yep, it's going to be warm. But I just don't know whether it needs the alarm bells of the warning. So what's it like for you when it is that hot? Do you have sweatbands? What do you do?
Oh yeah, we've got everything going, but today it was 32 degrees, no breeze. It was hot, so we just make sure we hydrate all the time. Yeah, I agree, it probably doesn't need to be a warning. If it was 37, definitely. But it is, yeah. No, I agree, it doesn't need to be a warning, because when they say it's going to be 27 degrees, we all know it's going to be hot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so how long have you been in your line of work?
44 years.
Okay. And so the best time of year for your job, like, do you find summer a little bit tricky because of all the gear that you're having to wear?
Yeah, we always moan it's too hot, and then when we're in winter, we moan because we're carrying heaps of mud on our boots, so we're never happy, but it's always nicer when it's not raining.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you, Tina. Nice to have you on the show. Let's do some text on 9292. Kat says, I totally agree with you about the heat warning at 27 degrees. We're turning into a bunch of softies. Hi, Tim. I agree. This obsession with temperatures is embarrassing. My American sister-in-law is from Washington, D.C., which is extremely hot in summer. When visiting New Zealand, she frequently says New Zealanders don't know what hot is. I think for a large chunk of New Zealand, we don't know what hot is. And I know that, as we've heard, that there are places like Hawke's Bay and parts of Canterbury, places like Central Otago, which will get up into the 30s in summer, but Auckland, Wellington hardly ever get into the 30s, very occasionally. Christchurch will occasionally, but I remember hearing some radio announcers, and they were running a competition a few years ago when the prize was to go to New Caledonia. And New Caledonia is not as hot as you think it is. And so it's not like if you go to New Caledonia in July, don't expect 30 degrees. It'll be low 20s. But they were sending the prize winners. This wasn't a station of this company, by the way, just in case any bosses are listening. And it was a long time ago, it's fine. And so they were sending competition winners to New Caledonia in the middle of winter. So it was about 21 degrees. And I heard the announcers going, oh, imagine this. You're by the pool,
huge. And yesterday was 32. Today was about 25. Tomorrow's going to be 32. In the 30s. And Sunday's going to be 29.
So, for you, when you see that, are you going, yes, this is great, this is what summer's meant to be? Or are you going, golly gosh, what's your reaction?
I like the cold months better. Me and my flatmates like cold months.
You and your flatmates like the cold, why's that?
No, not too hot. Because I don't get too sticky and hot. But and winter when don't get too cold, don't get too hot.
And so you don't mind those really cold mornings, or do you have a nice warm cozy home?
I live in a mental health house.
Okay.
And always Christchurch. I live with 6 girls and only men in the house. But we my bedroom is my bedroom's supposed to be a bedroom come upstairs.
Nice. Yeah.
And I've got a fan in my bedroom.
Okay. And so that does you right. Yeah. Yeah.
And last night I just had it off my bed.
Okay. And what will you be doing for the weekend? Because tomorrow, as you say, it's going to be extremely hot and beautiful blue skies. Will you go and swim somewhere? No?
Just drink plenty of water.
Okay.
Drink plenty of water. I had my curtains closed all day and then my van going.
Okay. All right. So you don't want to get out there and enjoy it?
No. I like the coffee and weather. Hey, and Happy New Year to you too.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, Brendan. We appreciate you listening and taking the time to ring. I hope you have a lovely weekend, even though it will be warm, and I appreciate you ringing through. 0800 80 1080. Some more text messages when we get back on 9292. And just thinking about heat in general, we had a call from somebody in Adelaide. Adelaide routinely hits 40 degrees, sometimes 45, sometimes dangerously close to 50. You might have lived somewhere in Australia, you know, where they, I can't remember the name of it, I'll Google it in the break, where they have all motels and hotels and things like underground. Some of those mining towns, which are just scarily hot. And whether they're up in Queensland or whether in South Australia or Western Australia, you know, that's hot. If you've ever been in the Middle East, if you've been in Dubai, where apparently they lie about the temperature because it hits 50 more than the government admits. Because if they admitted it, then you really shouldn't be doing anything in those sorts of temperatures. Or, you know, places close to us or closer to us like Southeast Asia. Singapore is 32, 33 degrees, 365 days a year. I think the coldest temperature ever recorded in Singapore was 19. 0800 80 1080. Cooper PD, someone has texted in. Thank you, Fred. And you can find me online at facebook.com/Tim Roxburgh. Is it embarrassing that we put out an official heat warning for 27 degrees? And the answer is yes, it's embarrassing. And thank you for ringing through. Back right after this at 6:23.
Your official broadcast partner for the Black Caps this summer is the Alternative Commentary Collective. Live, free and available anywhere on iHeartRadio.
This new year, make a resolution to transform the way you relax with a luxury stressless recliner. Act now and enjoy huge savings at the Stressless New Year Resolution Sale. Stressless luxury recliners exclusive to Danske Möbler Furniture.
Harvey Norman's New Year sale on now. TVs, audio, washing machines, dryers, kitchen appliances and vacuums on sale. Plus up to 20% off the normal ticketed price of cookware. Excludes Miele and outlet stores. Harvey Norman's New Year sale on now. Limited time only.
Hi, Hayden from Albany Toyota here. We've just upped everything around our pre-loved Toyota certified vehicles. Purchase one today and drive away with 5 years free warrant fitness checks, 5 years mechanical warranty, 5 years AA road assistance, 5 years warranty on hybrid batteries. Now that's 5 years peace of mind motoring. Come visit the team today and take advantage of this incredible offer. Ends 31st of January 2024. T's and C's apply. albany.co.nz.
Restoring the roof on your house. The Coalfire guys know you want it done once, done right, and once they're finished, you don't want to see them again. That's why Coalfire gives a 12-year warranty, so you won't have to see them again for a long, long time. It all comes from doing a good job with quality materials at a fair price and standing by their work. Not actually standing by it, you actually want them to leave. Visit coalfireroofs.co.nz.
Call the Coalfire guys. Call the Coalfire guys.
There's only one thing worse than having to go home after your holiday.
And that's going home to find your washing machine is on the blink.
And you've got all that stuff to wash. Talk about bad timing.
But your timing couldn't be better if you pop in to make the spin run.
on special this week.
A Fisher & Paykel 8.5 kg top load fabric smart.
The perfect family washing machine at the perfect price.
Just $1,495.
100% Magnus Benro.
The names you know on your talk station all through summer. Tim Roxburgh, Summer Evenings on News Talk ZB.
News Talk ZB at 6:25. Tim Roxburgh here till 8. Jim, hello and welcome.
Hi, Tim. Listen, I've been so embarrassed. I have a lot of Aussie friends come and stay, and if that was here, that announcement came over while they were here, they'd give me heaps.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I used to work in the Pilbara, which is up in northwestern Australia, and it was well over 40 every day. And we used to work out in the sun all day long, no shirt, no hat. And now I'm covered in basil cells, you know. But we didn't know about that then.
Right.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing they give me heaps about is having to drive at 100 on these, what they call country tracks. The roads that aren't highways or motorways, the roads that are like what we would call provincial roads, you know, and they're 100k speed limit. They don't like that. They reckon they drive that. They're only allowed to do 80 on those roads. You know,
oh, really? So as far as you know, like Australia, where you get the highways where you can do 110, and you can be out in the outback, and you've only got to look out for kangaroos and emus, and otherwise the roads are amazing.
I'm talking about Tasman roads.
Right. Okay.
With one lane going each way and just a stripe down the centre. You know, like sort of what we call provincial roads, I suppose. Although it's all the way to Tauranga, really, is that? You know? Yeah. And they get spooked about having to drive at 100, where everybody's sort of tailgating them unless they're doing 100. They think they should be at 80.
Right, that's interesting.
Some of those roads have been reduced to 80, yeah.
Actually, it's really good to hear that perspective on it, because as I say, that our perception of Australian roads is mostly how fast they are. But what you're saying is that, yes, you've got the fast ones, but the ones like New Zealand roads are slow.
Roads,
Yeah,
they only do 80 on those, yeah. But their speed limit, their depth toll, I was just looking at the stats a few days ago, less than half hours. They're per capita.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot, less than half,
Yeah, and you know, and we've talked a lot about the death toll we do every single year, but I would assume there are a number of reasons for that. Just the general topography and geography of Australia has to be a part of that. As far as the heat, Jim, that when you've been in that incredible heat, what's it like? You know, here in a country where we issue warnings for 27, what's it like when it's 40-something?
Well, it's pretty hot when you're working out in it all day. We used to come back to the